Amamaniere, Travis Scott, Off-White, they might be the most hype Nike collaborators, but the most consistent is easily Comme Des Garcons. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it is the first time you're touching down on this channel, welcome to Small Feet Big Heat. We talk sneakers, we talk streetwear, and everything in between. Today, we are getting into the Comme Des Garcons Nike Foamposite. This is the latest in the lineup of CDG and Nike collaborations. They've been collaborating since like 2000. So what I said in the beginning of the video, I stand 10 toes down on that. They are definitely one of Nike's strongest and most consistent collaborators. And this is the third Foamposite. The last two dropped back in 2021. There was a white pair and a black pair. Some people loved them, some people hated them. Most people came out and said that $500 was just way too many dollars for a Nike Foamposite, and I would have to agree with that. I think that over 500 retail price that they set for those two initial pairs was kind of crazy. It seems like CDG and Nike did take that into consideration this time around, because the retail price for this pair was $325, which is a considerable drop from that over $500 retail price as the last two pairs. But we have to remember that it's still a considerable mark up from the general release price of foams, which is what, $240, $250. It's still a considerable hike in price. They're taxing. And later in the video, I'm definitely gonna comment on whether or not I think that price hike is justified. The official name for this collaboration is Cat Eye, and it's supposed to reference the metallic finish that's all over the upper of the sneaker. Now, I don't personally think that it looks much like a cat eye per se, but I will say that it's pretty eye-catching. These released on July 19th, and if y'all remember, something else happened on July 19th. We had that whole global IT outage, so it did affect a lot of different things, and it just so happened to affect this sneaker release. I didn't hear, a lot of complaints outside of like Discord complaints, which I feel like the Discord always complains. If you're in a Discord, the Discord always gonna complain. And I think that's really just because every year we get like a handful of releases, big releases, hype releases that are mishandled. So bot protection that's just not up to par, websites crashing, raffles that just don't seem on the up and up, all of that type stuff. This release, the global IT outage, that wasn't something the Dover Street Market could do anything about, and these released exclusively through Dover Street Markets. As you can see from the shell or the upper of the sneaker, this is not your usual Foamposite. CDG had their own Foamposite mold made, and that's where that circular pattern on the upper comes from. This is not the usual mold of a Foamposite. And that's probably a big part of why these pairs are so expensive. There's not a lot of pairs out there, that's one. And then in order for them to recoup the money they spent on the mold, Nike probably does have to uptax a little bit. I don't know for sure. I'm not in the back room where these conversations happen, but that would be my assumption, is that a part of that upcharge is going to recouping the money that they spent, probably a lot of money, on making this new mold. Is it worth it? I can't speak for Nike, but absolutely, in my opinion, I think having something changed so significantly on a sneaker brings us back to why collaborations are special. A lot of collaborators mess with colors, Travis Scott and that kind of like earthy brown tone, that color palette that he likes to play with and stay within. That's his vibe. Amamaniere really likes to get in their bag and elevate the materials of their collaboration. Amamaniere has that luxury vibe down to a science at that point. But I think doing something as different and as out there as changing the fundamentals, changing the shell of a Foamposite, it's different, it's special, it's not something that we're gonna see often. As for the rest of the shoe, you have the black leather trim around the laces and the ankle, the mini white Nike swoosh near the toe box. On the back heel tabs, that's where you're gonna find your CDG branding. On both the left and the right shoe, surprisingly, I know normally they switch it up. One shoe will be Nike, one shoe will be the brand, but on this shoe, it's actually both. There's also branding on the insoles, Nike and Comme des Garcons branding, but nobody's ever gonna see that. If you've never worn Foamposites before, there is like this mesh booty on the inside of the shoe. So that's this black mesh that you see peeking out around like the inside sock liner of the sneaker. And I'll talk about sizing in just a minute, because I feel like that's very important when it comes to this pair in particular. The pull tabs on the sneaker, both front and back, have copper, silver, and gold metallic hits on them. This pair was supposed to have some kind of connection to the Olympics, the Paris Olympics this year, but I haven't seen it elaborated on any further outside of just you know, the bronze, silver, and gold is supposed to represent the metal. So who knows really what happened there. I bought these in a size 6. That turned out to be the right way to go. That's my true size. Around the ankle, it is a smidge, like there's the slightest bit of ankle slippage if I don't, you know, tie them up all the way. And that's okay. I expected that because people made that very clear when they did their reviews about the first CDG and Nike collaboration back in 2021. Most of the reviews did call that out. So I factored that into my decision. I didn't want to size down because I didn't want the sneaker to be too snug, and it's not. These fit perfect. Foamposites are a sneaker you have to break in. The more you break them in, the more comfortable they are. I'm not playing basketball in these. These are not basketball playing ankles that I have, so there will be no basketball playing. But I will definitely have these heavily in the rotation, so they will get broken in properly. Like I've mentioned a few times now, this is the 3rd Nike and CDG collaboration on a Foamposite. The original white and black pair has been on my grail list since they released, but again, I just didn't want to pay. I didn't want to pay that over $500 retail price. And when they first released, the prices did go down because people weren't feeling them like that. And there was a point in time where you could get them for around $360, $370. And for whatever reason, I still didn't want to pay it. So I held off, and now I'm sick about it. I'm a little sick about it because prices have gone up on those pairs again. And after seeing this one, I would definitely love to have those. But I think they could come off the grail list now because this is the better out of the 3. I could take that white pair and the black pair off my grail list, but to each his own. I'm sure there's still people out there who would still prefer that blacked out pair. That metallic-y finish on these is really what makes it so special. This is a head turner because on foot, you may not be able to see the details up close of like that rippling effect on the sneaker, but you will see that metallic finish. I can't wait to style these. Like the outfits is gonna go crazy. We're in the end of summer. Summer is winding down right now, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to wear these with shorts, but with shorts, with pants, with cargos, these gonna hit. I'm telling y'all, I can't wait to put together the outfit video. The biggest criticism I hear around collaborations right now is this is lazy, this is repetitive, this is boring. And then you have, you know, when you swing all the way to the other side, the criticism is nobody asked for this, stop messing up the OGs, you did too much. So it's a very thin line that the sneaker community expects collaborators to respect. And I love it when collaborators don't do that. I love it when brands, companies, not even just Nike, go out of the box, when they think differently, because that's the only way we're gonna get different looking sneakers. And I don't know about y'all or how long you've been collecting, but I've been at this for a minute, and it starts to look the same. It's not a lot of sneakers once you get past a certain point that really make you say, wow, that give you that thrill. So these brought back that thrill for me. When I opened the box, I was like, whoa, okay. They did something. And I'm happy to see it. I really love this pair. Down below in the comment section, sound off and let me know if the CDG foams were even on your radar, because these slid. I think a lot of people were not paying attention to these. We've had a lot of strong releases this year, a lot of strong collabs as well. We just had that Kith drop. Like, it's been a lot of good sneakers. So let me know if these were even on your priority list, if this was something that you were even checking for. Did you even hear about this drop? Let me know. Sound off in the comment section. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Before I forget, we got to get into quality control. So quality control on these, I do have a couple of glue stains where the midsole meets the upper. Nothing too crazy, nothing that you would notice while I'm wearing it on foot, moving and grooving. It's not anything to cry about, but obviously at $325 retail, you would prefer that it wasn't there. The one thing that I will say is y'all can see the box right here. This is a black, it's just a regular Nike Foamposite box. I wish that they would have gave us a special box. That would have been dope. If y'all enjoyed today's video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, show a small YouTuber some love. You can check out that playlist right over there that has all of my sneaker reviews in it, or you could check out that video down there, which is a video that YouTube recommends you watch.